Hey guys, Sally here. Hope you're having an amazing and fascinating day. I know I am. So, what we're going to talk about today is a couple of different things. One is going to be refrigerator operating temperatures, not good news. But another is going to be refrigerator organization to optimize operating temperatures. So, first of all, we're going to roll the intro and then we'll get right into this. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. If you think you are, double check to make sure that's still true because YouTube spontaneously unsubscribes people. I'm not the only one saying this. Leave a comment down below, give us a thumbs up, be the doer of all things. But here I've got some exciting for me news to share with you. And I want to thank each and every one of you for all the help that you've given me in getting here, which is I am finally in the first stage of monetization with YouTube. There's two different stages. So I'm not making money off of my videos yet, but you'll start seeing a shop link in the at the beginning of a video, and you can go there to be able to help support my channel if you want to do that. I can accept memberships. I haven't even opened that up yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to or not. But yeah, so making progress, which is really good. And so many of you have joined recently, so welcome. I appreciate that. Let's roll the intro and we're going to get right into today's video. The video that I posted on Thursday, I said I thought my refrigerator might be dying. I don't think it is. I think it was just the heat, which has been horrendous. It's been near 100 degrees for days in a row, and so obviously pretty uncomfortable. And hey, before I continue, what about this hair? I have not cut my hair since the middle of January. Not quite sure why. I just haven't felt like doing it. It's definitely starting to look a little bit unkempt. I'm going to need to do something in the not too distant future, but I haven't had it this long in I can't remember how many years. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, refrigerator temperatures. So what was going on was I was in a site with no electricity, which is fine. I don't need electricity in general. But then I looked at the weather forecast and it was supposed to be hovering right around 100 for a period of like 3 or 4 days in a row. And I was planning to be here for a little over an additional week from that time. And I thought, that's going to be pretty unpleasant. So what I did was I got in touch with the ranger. I was able to get into an electric site. And maybe I'll put some video here and show you what that looks like because I got my drone out and flew it yesterday for the first time in months. Anyway, so I was able to get moved to an electric site. Well, I got over here to the electric site, and here's the problem. There is absolutely nothing to shade the driver's side of my rig, which is where the fridge is located. In fact, the fridge is located right here next to me. Well, that's the pantry. The fridge is a little bit further over, but it's part of the slide. And so, and the direction that I'm facing puts that side of the rig in full sun, late afternoon as the sun's going down, the hottest part of the day, worst possible thing I could be doing. So, a couple of tips. Try and keep your fridge in the shade to the greatest extent possible, especially later in the afternoon. Usually I'm able to do that reasonably well. The way that this site is located just didn't work out that way, and overall it was more important to me to be able to run the air conditioner pretty much nonstop for days on end, I thought, than it was to have my fridge maintain its temperature. So over the course of about the first 2 days, as the temperatures were heating up and staying elevated, I had reached the point where my freezer was still at 0 degrees, but my refrigerator had gotten all the way up to like 60 degrees, which is ridiculous. I mean, that's just really bad. Um, the good news for me was I didn't have any uncooked meat. I had some pre-cooked sausages and stuff like that. So although it's not ideal to have it get up, anywhere near that warm, I've been eating the stuff and so far I haven't been sick, and this has been going on, 4 or 5 days now. So I think I'm gonna be fine. But it was not possible to get my refrigerator to cool adequately. And at first I thought that my refrigerator was dying, and I called an RV tech, and he said it sounded like I had a bad cooling unit, or my cooling unit was going bad because of the fact that my freezer was still maintaining 0 degrees, but my refrigerator was not. I don't think that's the issue, and here's the short version of here's why. When I got up this morning, because it did cool off just a little bit last night, so that we were only in the mid 70s overnight. But when I got up this morning, my fridge was back down to about 40 degrees. Still not ideal, but much cooler than it has been for days now. The RV tech said he thought it was going bad. I didn't necessarily agree with that, although I mentioned in my last video that I might be having a problem with my refrigerator. I'm definitely having a problem. I just don't think it's going bad. But I have figured out a couple of things since then, and I wanted to share those with you, in addition to sharing with you the storage modifications that I made a few weeks back, which I think has gone a long way toward mitigating this, truthfully, so it's not as bad as it could have been. The first thing is, if you don't have shade available, or you can't orient yourself in such a way to have that side in the shade, and or you can't move for some reason, like I would have had to do a lot of driving to get to a temperature that was going to be enough better to make it worth doing. And since I need to be roughly an hour away from where I am in a couple more days, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do a whole bunch of extra driving. It's like, all right, fine, I'm just going to deal with it. But one of the things that I've done is I've done some investigation, and I'm going to be buying a shade cloth when I get to Harbor Freight in a day or two. I'm going to be buying a shade cloth that I can attach to the um, awning cover on my slide and then stake out on the ground to be able to provide shade to my refrigerator in the summertime. And yeah, it'll probably take me about 5 or 10 minutes to install, but typically I'm staying in the same place for about 2 weeks, so it's not that big a deal. Not ideal, but I think it's worth doing. But the other thing is that it's really important to make sure that an absorption style refrigerator, which is the most common kind in an RV or a van, has plenty of air circulation. So you'd never want to really overpack it. Well, I have some difficulty with that because when I go resupply, I usually pack my fridge pretty full. And that's what you're going to see as we move along here. I'm going to show you some of my repackaging methods and one of my favorite tools, which is my vacuum sealer that I use to be able to preserve food and have it last a long time, even in an RV refrigerator. But you want to make sure you have that air circulation. So what I had done sometime previously was I had some different storage baskets that I was using in the refrigerator, and that does a couple of different things. One is that it makes it easier to grab a basket and get it out and not just stand there rooting around in the refrigerator trying to find the thing that you're looking for. And it also makes it easier for air to circulate within the refrigerator, because even though I may have stuffed a basket full, there's still airflow around the basket, which makes the refrigerator operate more effectively. So let me show you some of the repackaging and show you how I ended up organizing this. And then let me know what you think down in the comments down below. Okay, guys, it's time to organize the fridge. I went to Sam's Club and Walmart yesterday, and boy, did I buy a lot of stuff. So I've been in the process of repackaging things. So for example, let's take a look in the freezer. So I've already vacuum sealed 3 steaks, a package of chicken wings, butter, and I haven't packaged the blueberries yet. I'm freezing them first because I don't want the vacuum sealer to squish them. Next, I'm going to do lunch meat. So I'm going to divide this in half because that's about as much lunch meat as I'm willing to eat at one time. But I'm going to vacuum seal both halves. And then this is dated June 19th. Today is May 15th. So I got a month to go through the lunch meat. But if I leave it all in one package like this and just in its tray, first of all, the tray takes up too much room. And second of all, it'll take me more than like a week to go through that much. So that's my plan. So I've divided the lunch meat up into 2 packages, and they're labeled and dated so that I won't lose track of when I need to eat this by, or if I don't get it eaten in a reasonable amount of time, I'll throw it in the freezer. Sorry about the dirty dishes in the sink. Been trying to get all of the big packages out of the refrigerator because I've got so much food to be able to fit in there. So whenever I'm vacuum sealing, I always fold the top edge of the bag down so that when I'm filling it, I'll have a clean edge to be able to vacuum seal. So we come over here to the sealer, and you just want to be, so that the seal strip is far enough back that it'll be able to suck the air out and seal it. So we're going to close the lid, press down on both sides until it clicks. And yeah, it's upside down because I like to have all the extra stuff on the counter there. And then we're going to choose food instead of dry. We're going to choose moist. And then we're just going to press vac seal. And you can see it's already starting to suck the air out. Now I think, yeah, I'm going to stop this now and change the seal. Hopefully I can, because as soon as I start to see the juice get sucked out, it'll lose a bunch of flavor if I let that happen. So, there we go. I hear a truck. Do we have company? Somebody coming up here? That's my screen door view. Oh yeah. Ah, that's kind of an old school truck camper I haven't ever seen before. Cool. So my friend Donna's over there. We're kind of catty-cornered each other. And I actually think some friends of ours might have had these same two spaces a couple of weeks ago. Not positive about that. All right, so this one's all done. I'm going to just release the clasps on each side and see we're all sealed. So you can see a little bit of the juice from the turkey there. So I'm going to try this one differently than I typically do. Okay, so I've got this one set up, but instead of doing vac seal, I'm going to try pulse vac. And I guess I can hold that on for probably as long as I want to, and then it'll stop. So I'm kind of looking. Yeah, see, I can see the juice starting to move up. So now I'm going to do seal. And I've never done that before, but I think that actually works really well for stuff like this. Ooh, and the lights flickering look really weird. Okay, so we're going to wait for that to finish sealing. But man, guys, I got a lot of stuff here. I roasted turkey tenderloins the other day. I got these at Sam's Club. I actually got 2 packages of them. I'm really excited. Hatch, chili, and cheddar chicken sausage. Looking forward to that. I got another steak right there. I got chicken wings because I got a rotisserie chicken, so I froze the rest of that yesterday. I got lunch meat. Got a lot of cheese. I'm not repackaging any of the cheese. I will, like when I open this Gouda, I'll probably vacuum seal like 2/3 of it so that it'll stay fresher that way while I'm eating the other third of it. All right, I got to get back into the refrigerator here and deal with the rest of this. Do you think I got enough eggs? See, this is what I know. I could fit 24 eggs and 18 eggs. I could not fit 2 24-packs. So, you know, things you learn. All right, let me get the rest of this out and see what else I need to do to get this mess organized. Right, so let's talk about how this turned out. I had been using the blue baskets on the left, and I could only get 2 in because they are enough longer that on the bottom shelf I could only fit one side to side, not front to back. With these, I can get 3 in. So let me show you what the reorganized fridge looks like. Still pretty full, but not nearly as disorganized as it was. So this basket is mostly meat. I've got extra cheese here just because it wouldn't fit in the basket down below. This basket is all cheese. That's my leftover sweet potato fries. And then in here I've got pickles and nuts and sauerkraut and things like that. And some more condiments up here, and actually a little more room for leftovers there and there as I need them. And then, you know, my door is what it always is. So I'm pretty pleased with that. So thanks for sticking with me, guys. If you made it all the way to the end, that's terrific. Let me know what you think about the way that I reorganized my fridge. That's been about 3.5 weeks ago when I did all of that, repackaged and then reorganized, changed my baskets and so forth. And the way that I set it up, I did it deliberately so that I would have room to be able to store leftovers in containers and so forth. And it's actually, as far as I'm concerned, it's been working out really well. And it's funny, we're not quite up to June 19th yet. And that second package of lunch meat is coming back out this afternoon. I'm just going to have a little salad with some turkey lunch meat on it, and that's going to be dinner tonight. So pretty cool. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking your time to watch my videos. I haven't figured out the shop thing yet, but I'll get to that. There will be a link in the description down below, not only to my general Amazon store, but I'll put a direct link to the